Hi, everyone. I'm Kristen Koeller. I'm here with Winifred Winston, and she is from Dyslexia Advocation, where she's going to talk to us today about her organization and a prize that she recently won that we're very excited to share with you. Before we do that, though, Winifred, your story is so inspirational. Can you tell us how and why you started Dyslexia Advocation?
Absolutely. So I started Dyslexia Advocation because I felt like there was a need. When my daughter was identified, we didn't qualify for low income, but then we weren't wealthy enough to be able to afford $123 per session for tutoring. So I knew that there were parents like myself in the middle who were willing to make an investment, who were willing to go outside of the school system, but there were no financial resources for us. So with Dyslexia Advocation, we help parents offset the cost of advocacy services, specialized tutoring, and access to evaluations, comprehensive evaluations. So I started right before the pandemic.
Clearly, the work that you have been doing has been resonating with your partners and the community. I'm going to read the description from Johns Hopkins lab about the award that you applied for. So,
Sure.
At Johns Hopkins Social Innovation Lab, they provide support from Johns Hopkins University for innovation for nonprofits, mission-driven companies, and disruptive technologies to create change and an opportunity in the Baltimore area and beyond. So you're located in Baltimore, correct?
That is correct. Yes, I'm in Baltimore City.
Okay. And so tell us a little bit about how you found out about this award and then uh, the application process and then what happened.
I want to say I saw it in a thread. It was time to apply. And I reached out to a colleague who was at Hopkins, and she said, "Oh, well, here's the director. If you have any questions, you can talk to her directly." And I was a little concerned about the time commitment, right? I didn't want to sign up for something because it's a 6-month program. It's a competitive accelerator program. It's the Johns Hopkins Social Innovation Lab Accelerator Program. And after speaking with the director, I thought, you know what, I can do this. And then when I researched a little more, I'm like, oh, wow, you get access to resources, key people, key consultants. There's a cohort of like-minded folks. I'm like, I'm here at home working alone. I need some people, some like-minded people to bounce ideas off of. I need an accountability partner. So the application process was pretty rigorous. You had to submit your application in writing, and then you had to do an interview. And I remember thinking, and this is so cliche, I remember thinking I was telling them something when I said, this is going to be life changing. Like I was saying it just like that. And they was like, and how will it be life changing? Like, and they, that didn't like spark anything from them. And I'm like, you don't understand, when you're a parent of a child with dyslexia, just being able to get a tutor or an advocate is life changing. And they didn't really show any emotion. And I was like, oh man, I don't think I got it, because that was my big, like I was hitting them with the big one. It's going to be life changing. And they were just like, okay, and how will it be life changing? And what data do you have to support that? And I'm like, okay, wait a minute. So not only did I talk about helping parents, but another program that we have is workplace solutions. And so I talked about how dyslexia, ADHD, executive function disorder, it doesn't go away, right? And so many folks are not identified. What do you think happened? They grow up, they're adults. And I shared from my personal experience while working at Hopkins, encountering adults who were illiterate or who could not pass our assessment to get hired, to continue on in that application process. So I talked a little about not only helping parents, but also helping adults by going in to help educate and be a resource for businesses. We want to help businesses integrate neurodiversity into the workplace for improved performance and success. So I think by bringing it full circle, if you will, talking about youth and helping parents, and then also saying, okay, and we're also going to help, businesses. We're going to help adults by way of helping businesses, and really trying to seize the opportunity right now with diversity, equity, and inclusion, and really demonstrating how neurodiversity is a part of that.
So this award that you won comes with a $25,000 prize.
Yes.
How will this money impact your organization, and how do you plan to use the prize money?
Sure. So with the $25,000 grand prize, we are going to be able to really flesh out our parent solutions program. We're going to create courses for parents. So if a parent comes to us and they receive tutoring services, they're going to take an online class on structured literacy and the 5 components of reading. If they come to us for advocacy services, they're going to have to take our awareness course, the 8 steps in the IEP process. Same thing with the evaluations. They're going to have to take a course on demystifying the evaluation, because we want to educate parents, right? And we want them to be informed and feel empowered to have intelligent conversations and not be afraid to ask questions when they don't understand. So it's going to help us build out online courses. We want to partner with Neuro Learning to access their dyslexia testing app. This app will allow us to administer it to students starting at 7, right? And so that's going to be our young people, and then all the way up to adults age 70. So this way it goes into our workplace solutions. This is something we can offer businesses as well. But this also allows us to track our data and own our data. So we don't provide tutoring services. We don't provide advocacy services. We partner with those who do. But as a nonprofit, we have to demonstrate our impact, and we need to be able to show funders and supporters and donors that we are moving the needle. Our services help. So by having this dyslexia testing app, we can have parents administer it to the students at the beginning, and then midway and towards the end of our services. So we can compare apples to apples. We can show how we're making progress and how that student is progressing. So that money's going to help us really flesh these things out and secure these key components, the online courses for the parents and also that dyslexia testing app. And we'll be able to extend the number of sessions that we can offer parents. Right now, we go in with $250 or $450, right? And as a parent, you're like, yay. But as someone in the space, you're like, how many sessions does that really cover? You know, we want to be able to cover a minimum of 36 sessions, right? At 2 sessions a week, at minimum 36, and no longer than 90 sessions. And 90 will put us throughout the entire school year. That'll be 10 months. So we want to be able to extend the number of sessions that we can help parents offset the cost.
I love all of that so much. I think you are really setting families and professionals up to succeed with dyslexia. So you're helping them learn about the reading process, you're helping them learn about the testing and evaluation process, you're helping them learn about the IEP process. All of those things are so intimidating when you're a parent coming into the education circle from the outside, and then being able to help workers with neurodiversities adapt and have conversations in the professional space about all of these things. That's really tremendous work. I'm so excited to see where all this goes.
Yeah, I'm excited too. We also, we partner with another organization, and we have 50 licenses that we'll be able to work with businesses to get them to, we want to have them purchase our Neurodiversity 101 course. And my vision now, you know, I haven't pitched this yet, but my vision is the same way we take sexual harassment courses at work, right? And you have to take it annually. I think Neurodiversity 101 should be a required course upon onboarding, and it should be an annual course. So everyone in the organization is taking this course so that all businesses can be more inclusive and educated.
I know that you are a busy woman. And so along with all of this nonprofit work, in addition to the prize money from Johns Hopkins, you're also starting a new podcast. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. So in doing this work, awareness is always important, right? You always want to raise awareness. Prior to starting the nonprofit, I started on Instagram with a hashtag. I wanted to feature folks who had dyslexia and other language learning disabilities. And I wanted to focus on more people of color. Everyone that I looked up was white or they were celebrities. And I thought, everybody can't relate. So I started featuring Black folks who had dyslexia or ADHD. And I did hashtag Black and Dyslexic. Well, I was doing it just to raise awareness. And my little Instagram that I really didn't even know how to operate. And then I was featuring celebrities and athletes like Magic Johnson, Usher Raymond, Will Smith, Octavia Spencer, Whoopi Goldberg, right? And then I thought, well, you know what? Everybody can identify with a celebrity. And I started featuring what I call everyday dyslexics, the veteran, the principal, the barbershop owner, the firefighter. And I had children DMing me. Thank you so much for posting that. That's so inspiring. Oh my gosh, I would have never thought that my teacher could be dyslexic too. You know, I featured a high school teacher, and he told me it takes him twice as long to grade his assignments, right? Because at the end of the day, he's still dyslexic. And I said, well, wait a minute, if I do a podcast, I could interview those people. People could hear from them versus me typing, you know, a little blurb up and posting it on Instagram. And I said, wait a minute. We could interview doctors. We could interview attorneys. I'm like, I think that might be a great idea. And so then the Black and Dyslexic podcast, that came to be, and we got some funding from a grant from Morgan Community Cares, Morgan Cares, and that's partially funding that podcast, and that's what we're going to launch in July. So it'll be the Black and Dyslexic podcast, and that's our dyslexia awareness campaign, right? We want to remove the stigma of learning disabilities in the Black and Brown community. We want to help educate those in the Black and Brown community about the special education process, and we want to put specialists in front of these folks, right? Like myself, being educated, working in education, I still didn't have access to attorneys and psychologists to ask questions, to really fully understand the diagnosis and what was going on. I didn't get access to those folks until I started advocating and really getting deep into this space. So we want to use the podcast as a platform to do those things and also raise awareness. And my co-host would be LaDerek Horn. He's an international advocate in the space.
It really is a missing voice in this space. And we all are busy as educators trying to address the needs of Black and Brown students and their lack of reading skills. But to have something like your podcast in that space, helping to provide resources where they are the most difficult to find and access, I think is critical to your work and your mission. And I'm so grateful that you're doing that work, and really jealous that you get to partner with LaDerek. So
yeah,
awesome.
I'm excited.
We will be sure and promote your website, so allcanread.org, where you have some of these resources and more information about what you do. So the name of your organization is Dyslexia Advocation. I know for a fact if you Google that, it will point you over to soallcanread.org, but both of those names apply to you and your fabulous work. And I can't thank you enough for spending some time with us today. And I really look forward to following you and your fabulous work and seeing what is to come this year, because now that you are out of lockdown, there's no stopping.
Oh, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure. Thank you.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video as much as we did putting it together. Now we have another fantastic piece of content for you. Please feel free to click this link here and learn more about Jamie Baker, who works as an educational therapist, and some of the things, strides, and obstacles she's seen throughout her career. If you have any comments or questions, leave them in the comments below. And as always, thank you so much for watching.